I don't want to say I invented online training, but I was in that first class of people who were pioneering it.
Sure.
You know, so I was like, all right, well, maybe I can do this. You know, and then Tim Ferriss, he recommended in the book. I'm not telling people to go read that book. A lot of strategies are pretty antiquated at this point, but he suggested using Google ads, and Google ads still work. We run them now, but they were cheaper then, you know, in 08, fucking 08. And so it was like a viable option to test stuff, you know. But at the same time, right after that, I read Crush It by Gary Vee. I had this conversation with Gary before I would tell him that it was impactful. So I said, wait a minute, what if I merge these two strategies, do this social media thing and use Tim's business strategies, but instead of creating a product, I just do it with a service, right? You know, online training. That's what I'm good at. And it started to work. Yeah. It started to work. I started making YouTube videos. I bought a $50 camera off of eBay. It was like called the Cisco. It was made by Cisco. It was called the Flip Cam.
Nice.
And it was like $50. It was like the first HD camera to fit in your pocket. Yeah. Because the iPhone had just came out or was about to come out.
I think, it was like 07.
And it wasn't even HD.
Right.
You know, so that wasn't like a thing doing it with your phone at the time. But it was a camera. It was like, might have been half the size, half the thickness of this cup, but it fit in your pocket. Right. And I started making YouTube videos with that.
Nice.
And shit started to work over time, you know, and then I started getting online clients. I had to figure that out, how to train people online so they get good results. And I came up with different systems over the years. Yep. And I was able to quit one job, then quit another job.
I was gonna ask you. So how long in between the time you started doing online training and then you went full time and just went ham with it? Okay,
so probably it was years, bro. Because I was quitting one job at a time. Yeah. So first thing I quit was the moving company, right? Because that was like a full body workout every day. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So I was, especially in New York, it's super hard because
it's all apartments and stairs and
not every building has elevators. Right. So you bring shit up like 6-story walk ups. You know, sofa
moving
beds
is
and
one
shit.
of the worst things in the world to me, bro. I still have people hit me up, you know, because like when you're younger, you just gotta go help friends move. It's just a thing. You know what I mean? Everybody just goes and helps. And at the end of the day, you get like a box of pizza. Yeah. And at the time, it was like, yeah, but I get free pizza. You know what I mean? As an adult, like a grown ass man, people ask me to help them move, and I'm like, I'll pay a mover to help you move.
I'd rather pay for someone. I'd rather pay someone for my friends.
But I can afford my own pizza at this point. So I'm not going to take 7 hours of my day lugging your couch, like smashing my fingers on the door jamb. You know what I mean? Like,
if one of my friends asked me to move, I would publicly shame him for not hiring movers. I'm like, yo, man, step your fucking game up. You sit around poor? What's the matter with you, man? Go out here and support the economy. You give people jobs,
especially
man.
if you have a truck. Selfish. If you own a truck,
I had a Ford Explorer in college.
Oh yeah,
so I helped so many people move. They hit me with. I had the Ford Explorer Sport, the 2-door. That was my first car. The 2-door stick shift. Ford Explorer.
You got plenty of room in the back for shit.
They don't make a lot of those 2-door stick shift SUVs.
Oh man. Okay, so you quit the moving company,
and then I was a few months later. I was able to. I got fired from the Prada store. It was a good decision on their part, though. Okay, because I was a security guard, but I didn't guard anything, and I didn't keep anyone secure.
You just stood there with a walkie-talkie.
I was just there. I was a deterrent. Like somebody like ran out with some shit once, and I was like, I really thought to myself, I don't have insurance. And that purse is insured.
No kidding, bro. Like, you can take the $70, or I guess it was Prada, so it's probably a lot more than that. But
fucking Prada bag,
$4,000 bag,
$4,000 or $5,000. You know, like this fucking little book bag. This little one is fucking $2,000.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, $4,000, $5,000, not worth me.
I'm not fighting,
risking my life.
This motherfucker over this shit. And then they gave me a suit, right? They tailored a suit to me. And I was like, I'm gonna fuck up my suit too. It's my only suit. What I'm gonna do if I gotta go to court or a wedding? This is all I got. Fuck this shit. So and then they ended up firing me at one point, and it was a good decision.
Yeah, one of those points where you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner. Yeah. I'm surprised you guys didn't do it sooner, man. Like, I'm not good at this.
Well, thank you for the checks.
Yeah, thanks, man. I was more of I saw myself as a deterrent.
Yeah, hey, that probably worked.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways. You know,
like
people don't want to fuck with you if they see that somebody might actually do something about it.
Yeah, it's like the club. Remember, people used to put the club on their car. Like, I know people who steal cars, who stole cars back in the day, long time ago. Yeah, you don't know. Nobody needs to go look into that. A long time ago. You know,
but like controversial opinion here.
But they laughed. They used to laugh at the clubs, like, this motherfucker got a club on. He think he fucking go get this shit safe. But it was a little bit more work.
Sure. Yeah.
So they would be deterred.
To me, it's like having a dog, right? Like, I got a dog and she's annoying sometimes. She's also awesome, but she's like an 80, 90 pound German Shepherd. That's how I view it. It's like, if you're going to come like rob me, it's going to be because you have beef with me, not because like you're just some petty thief. Because if you're a petty thief and you like come to my door and you hear my dog with this like ferocious bark, you're just less likely to give this house a shot.
There's
you're
easier
probably just
targets.
Gonna move next door. You know what I mean? It's a deterrent. Yeah.
It's a deterrent. So that's why I was. So I was able to quit. I got fired from that job, and I still trained people
in person.
Yeah, and I kept a weekend job for a long time.
Okay,
and I was just all the other time I would work on the business. And I kept that until I had my criteria for quitting. I know some people say, just quit everything. It's fucking retarded,
it's
man.
Not practical.
It's stupid.
Well, it's like, it just depends on the situation, right? Like, if you're a 23-year-old kid and you live with your parents and whatever, like, you don't really have to do any of that stuff. You know what I mean? But like, if you're where you were, bro, you're supporting 7 people. It's like, you can't just be like, no, I'm committed.
Yeah, if people are dependent on you, man, it's totally irresponsible to just burn your boats like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got mouths to feed, people dependent on you. Like, Mom, I'm sorry, I don't have it this month. I burnt the boats.
Yeah, right.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
No food this month because I'm committed.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, man.
Okay, so I want to go to where you became.
What I did do, I'm sorry, we can go right back then. But what I did do was I waited until I was making enough money, more money than I was working from my online business. Okay. And I needed to have 6 months of expenses saved. Because I feel like if 6 months, if things hit the fan, I got 6 months to figure things out.
Yep.
And the irony is that gave me more confidence.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, as long as you don't let it be the buffer that keeps you not working.
Yeah.
Because some people look at that and they go like, oh, 6 months, I'm good. I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? So as long as you don't have that mentality, like, you should have these things in order if you are the provider for a bunch of other people, for sure.
You got to remember, all I know is poverty at this point. Like, even though my dad made it, I didn't experience it. Sure. Like, I wasn't there. The only thing I got out of that is he paid for my college, which was a blessing, right? Sure. That's the only, but I didn't experience any benefits of it. So all I know is poverty at this point. Yep. So like, I never felt comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah.
So at what point do you, you're full-time online. At what point do you become like the transformation to like King Keto? Like, at what point are you making this part of your brand?
I worked on my fitness business for years. So I built it up to just online training. I built it up to 7-figure business. Okay. And then I started a supplement line, Bro Laboratories. We and that was close to 7 figures per year. And
all
this
organic
is years.
Traffic, or were you buying
mostly organic? But then I had another mentor named Matt Gallant, who can show me how to use Facebook ads, and that shit started working really well. Then I had another mentor who taught me even more about Facebook ads. Dude named Kevin Hodo. He used to run the ads for Gym Launch back in its infancy, and Kevin was like, those two guys are like godfathers to me. Kevin died COVID.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, man. Wow. He was a little overweight,
That's wild.
So, but those two guys really helped me hone my skills. So I felt like I was really good at Facebook ads and Google ads. I was adequate. But it was organic traffic was a huge part of it, because I really I started with social media. Yeah,
you seem to be like, from what I know about you, from what I see about you online, you seem to be like really dialed in on who you are as a brand. Yeah, in terms of like you repel the people you don't want and you attract the people you do want. Yeah, and you do it in a very like clear, concise, organic way
Yeah.
that obviously fills your businesses with leads and customers and people who already know, like, and trust you.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are kind of scared to be themselves online, or they're super worried about their appearance and they want to get the best cameras. And I never had that, and I don't know how to teach people to not care.
Yeah.
Because that part of my brain doesn't really work.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not like Tupac, like, I don't give a fuck what people think. No, it's more like I forget that other people have opinions on things.
Sure. Well, and you don't have enough time to think about it, right? Like if you're really focused on doing the things that you do, and you believe, like that's the big thing to me, is like if you have the belief in whatever it is that you're doing, then it shouldn't matter what everybody else is thinking, and you don't have enough time to even consider what they're thinking because you're so focused on the things that you believe and getting those things that you believe out to other people so that they can also use those tools and change their lives the same way that those things helped you change yours.